Okay, everybody. So this is part 2 of a cartoon trace. Now, this cartoon trace is admittedly rather simple. And I've already talked to you about how to make your shapes and fill them using the color picker and changing them if you need to. So just a quick recap, whenever we have a shape like this one that I've created, I've already selected it, and I'm in my shapes mode here. You'll notice that the fill is up here and it's got a stroke, but I'm going to take off the stroke real quick. All right, so now when it comes to changing the color fill, all you have to do is click on the fill, click on the color picker, and then now your mouse becomes what they call an eyedropper. As a matter of fact, if you ever need the eyedropper, it's right here. But when you're in color picker mode, all you have to do is click anywhere on the screen and it will change the color to whatever you click on to fill that one shape. All right, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my shapes mode here, and I'm going to start tracing this guy. Now, when it comes to making the feet here for the bottom, I'm going to start by just creating a regular rectangle. Now, the thing is, and I forgot this one's black, so I'm going to go ahead and choose a black. Boom. Now, here's the deal. If we look at the feet or the shoes or whatever you want to call it, the bottom of this cartoon, it's got rounded edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in here and I'm going to show you how to round those edges. Now, using our direct select tool, what we're going to do is we're going to select all of the, I'm using control click to click on the two anchors at the end, and I'm going to click on the corner radius button right here, and I'm going to round it off. There you go. Actually, I guess you can only do one at a time. That's all right. So go ahead and round it off, push OK, and then do the same thing for the other side. I could have sworn that you could do two at the same time. Let me try this again. It's a shift click, not a control click. That's what it is. So you use shift click. I could have done all four at the same time, I guess. Anyway, remember you use control click to choose multiple anchors. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and just leave it there. And now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to kind of, analyze this and look at all of these shapes. Now, which shapes should be on the bottom? Which shapes should be on top? Obviously, the pants are underneath the jacket and the jacket is underneath the mittens. We're just talking about the lower half. The head goes on top of all of that. So let's go ahead and do this first. Now, the pants or the bottom part is just a rectangle. So I'm just going to do a solid rectangle here. And I'm going to go ahead and change the fill to this color right here, so that now they are orange. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm actually going to turn the view off so I can see what's going on here. And for the next part, this jacket, we've been lucky so far because what we've been using is just shapes. But the jacket is a little more complicated. So we're going to take our pen tool and we're going to start tracing where the jacket would be. And can't do this and talk at the same time, I guess. And just kind of round it off here and follow where the lines of the jacket would be. And I think we're good here. We don't have to worry about this top part of the coat and where it's going to be because it's going to be covered by the head. So now I'm going to turn that off. The next thing that I'm going to do is the mittens. Now, the mittens are kind of easy because they are just circles. So I'm going to push Alt and Shift at the same time, start inside of the circles and just kind of pull outwards. There's mitten number 1. And I forgot to change the color. Let's change the color. Here we go. And here's thumb number 1. There we go. And mitten number 2 and thumb number 2. Now, one thing that differentiates the thumb from the rest of the mitten is that it has got a black stroke. So I'm going to do that to these guys too, which I should have done in the first place. Here we go. All right, so now I've got those. I'm not going to hide those because uh, they're not getting in the way of what's going on up here. So now it's time to do the face. All right, so here we go with the face. I'm making sure that I'm still in my ellipse. I'm going to start somewhere where the middle of the head would be and just kind of pull outwards until I have a shape that's about right. And let me move it up just a bit. It's kind of large. Let me see. I'm going to go back to my fill here and take out the fill completely so I can make sure it's about right. There it is. Yeah, we're good. So now that I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and make sure and fill it with the right color. So I'm going to click on color, color picker, and choose this orange. All right, now that I've done that, I'm going to turn that off because I need to keep going. Now, the next thing that I'm going to work on would be the face because I'm going to put this. I guess I want to say this is a hoodie or some kind of under jacket. I'm going to put that on top of the face. So right away, I'm going to go ahead and choose an ellipse. And I'm going to go ahead and do the color right now, which is what I should have done with the other two. And I'm going to drag out an ellipse. This one's not a perfect circle. And I'm just going to kind of put it there. Let me do a transform just to make sure it's got the right oval look to it. There we go. Now I've got the face in place and I'm going to turn that off. There we go. Now it's time to do the over hoodie. Now the over hoodie's got a weird shape to it, so I'm just going to go ahead and I did it again. Let's do this the right way. Okay, so now I've got this color. I need the brown, the same brown that I have for the mittens. Now this, I'm creating 2 half moons is what I'm doing. One for this side. There we go, and I'm going to use Alt to bring it back. And there you go. And one for the other side. All right. So those are the 2 over pieces. And of course, if you turn on the face is underneath. All we have to worry about now is the eyes, which I kind of made a mistake. I should have put the eyes under between the under hoodie and uh and the uh and the face, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and use the pen tool for the eyes as well. And I did it once again. My, I am in such a rush. Okay, here we go. Now that I've got the eyes started, here we go. I don't really have to worry about what they look like on this side because this is what we're going to see. And let's try this again. There we go. They're white. And the other eye. That's about right. Now it's time to do the other eye, and we've already got that color and shape. So we're going to go ahead and just finish this up. Try this one more time. I am just struggling this morning. I should have had more coffee. All right, here we go. And done. All right, so now I've got the eyes. And of course, the two pupils are right here. I'll line them up. And I'm going to make both of those black. All right, so now I've got all the things that I need to create the shapes or to create the illusion of there being a Kenny. All right, so now I'm going to take the two eyes that I created and I'm going to put them so that they're underneath that hoodie part. Now, all I need to do is go through, and I haven't done the little touch-ups, but all I need to do is go through and turn everything back on. So I'm turning off the original picture. I'm turning off all my pieces, turning on all my pieces so that they can be seen. It looks like I accidentally kept this shape as the face color when I should have made it orange. There we go. So close enough for now. Okay, now the next thing I need to do is just tweak a little bit so that everything matches up. And it looks like we're almost done with Kenny here. All I got to do now is just a little bit of touch-ups where I add the jacket and the lines for his excuse me, the jacket and the lines for his drawstring here. And it looks like we're just about done. And that's how we do Kenny. Now, of course, you can choose a more intricate cartoon when you do your own. But right now, just for practice sake, we're going to go ahead and just stick with Kenny. Make sure you get it turned in. I'd love to see your work. All right, take it easy.